Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Blackbeard is one of the most powerful and mysterious men of our time, competing with Shanks for the title of the most mysterious among the Yonkos. Constantly, Blackbeard sets out in search of new powerful subordinates to create the most fearsome crew that exists. In the latest chapters of One Piece, we saw him trying to recruit Gecko Moria, who everyone thought had lost his life in the Battle of the Best 2 years ago, but somehow survived and might ally with the Yonko. But do you know how Blackbeard intends to use this power? In today's video, I will reveal everything. So before we go to the video, comment on which devil fruit you would like to have, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, leave a like, and share it with your friends. Guys, we know that few people have the potential to create the most powerful crew of all time. After all, it would be necessary to find unique talents that do not let their natural gift surpass their willpower. However, for Gecko Moria, this is not a problem, as he can bring back the talents of the past to life and control them effortlessly. For those who don't remember, Moria was once a well-known and powerful pirate in the New World, but became an even more powerful pirate to rival Kaido, who decimated his first crew, thus becoming a Shichibukai, seeking a way to gain more power to defeat Kaido. 10 years before the current story, Moria met the Dr. Hogback and brought Hogback's deceased beloved, Victoria Sindri, back to life with his ability, coming from the Gecko no Mi fruit. With Hogback and his allies, Moria formed the ship Thriller Bark and began capturing people to steal their shadows and create zombies. As I mentioned, Moria ate the devil fruit called Kage no Mi, which is of the Paramecia type. This fruit allows him to control shadows as physical beings, creating an army of zombies by stealing shadows from living people and placing them in corpses. And this is a power that Teach desires. He wants to control the most powerful and bring them to his crew. Marshal D. Teach is known for his selectivity in recruiting members for his crew, refusing to accept those he considers weak. We saw how ruthless he was in making the prisoners of Impel Down fight each other to invite the survivors to his crew. He also demonstrated this during his fight against Ace, when he preferred to try to recruit Ace instead of taking his life, believing it would be a waste for someone so powerful to lose their life there. After the events of Marineford, Teach captured Bonnie, and upon realizing she was weak, left her to be captured by Akainu, further reinforcing his aversion to recruiting people he considers weak. However, it is not because of their strength that he desires Moria's power. In fact, Teach would steal his fruit if necessary to carry out his plans. From his way of acting, we can see that he didn't need the fruit for his main plan, but he wouldn't dismiss that power. Marshal D. Teach, known as Blackbeard, could use Gecko Moria's power in extraordinary ways to strengthen his position and achieve his goals. This power opens a range of possibilities for Teach, especially in resurrecting legendary figures like Ace, Whitebeard, and Gall D. Roger. Firstly, by bringing Ace and Whitebeard back as zombies, Teach would not only recover two of the most powerful and influential pirates in the world, but he would also place them under his control. Even without their devil fruits, they would provide devastating strength to Teach's army. With these two at his disposal, he could easily dominate large areas of the New World, intimidate other Yonkos, and even challenge the world government. It's worth noting that we don't know how, but Teach is capable of taking devil fruit powers from important characters and handing them to his crew, and this could perhaps also be done with the revived bodies. The real masterstroke, however, would be the resurrection of Goldie Roger. Roger was not just the pirate king, he was the only one who had reached the legendary island of Raftel and discovered the secret of the One Piece. Using Roger's shadow would mean bringing back someone with unparalleled knowledge of the Grand Line and the One Piece itself. Roger's body, aligned with an ideal shadow, could maintain the necessary instincts and ideals, which would serve as a key for Teach. Just as we saw that Sanji's shadow retained his characteristics, the correct ideals in Roger would not be different, facilitating the path to the One Piece. With Roger, Ace, and Whitebeard by his side, Teach would not only increase his military power, but also gain vast historical renown, something that would undoubtedly give him a strategic advantage. He could use Roger to navigate safely through the dangers of the New World and overcome the challenges that guard the One Piece. Whitebeard and Ace, with their devastating abilities, could eliminate any resistance, ensuring Teach's victory in crucial battles. And as I said, this would give a strategic advantage by affecting potential adversaries, since they would fear the renown of those pirates. However, fear is not the only reaction from Teach's enemies. After all, we have the Luffy factor. Luffy hated the fact that Gecko Moria was manipulating bodies and stealing shadows. However, it would be even worse with the fact that Teach, Luffy's enemy for being directly responsible for Ace's death, would be controlling the bodies of 3 important people to him. After all, Luffy formed a strong bond with Edward Newgate, Whitebeard during the Marineford War, as they were both fighting to protect the same person, to save Ace. The same would happen with Ace himself, Luffy's brother, which would shock Luffy and leave him furious. The same reaction would occur with the return of someone Luffy had never met, Gol D. Roger. This character was Luffy's inspiration for becoming a pirate, and he would be watching Roger's legacy being destroyed by Blackbeard's greedy and narcissistic actions. So, imagine Luffy's reaction upon seeing Teach using the bodies of Gol D. Roger, Whitebeard, Ace, and other characters. It would be extremely intense. I think we could envision Luffy going into a state of shock, fury, and especially filled with pain and sadness. Initially, Luffy would be completely shocked and incredulous to see the bodies of Ace, Whitebeard, and Gol D. Roger being used as zombies by Blackbeard. Seeing Ace, his beloved brother, brought back in this way would leave him with a mix of fear and anger. And yes, after the initial shock, Luffy would feel an overwhelming rage. He has always had a deep hatred for Blackbeard since he discovered that it was Blackbeard who turned Ace over to the Marines, which, as you know, resulted in Ace's execution. Using Ace's body as a tool would be an unforgivable act for Luffy. This anger would be multiplied upon seeing Gol D. Roger and Whitebeard, both men he deeply respected, being manipulated in such a disrespectful manner. Even if he managed to stop this, Luffy would feel profound pain at seeing his brother Ace in this state. The loss of Ace was one of the most traumatic experiences in Luffy's life, and seeing him used as a puppet by Blackbeard would reopen those wounds. Luffy would not accept seeing all this happen to these people, which would prompt him to rally the Straw Hat Pirates, leading to a battle that could trigger the great final confrontation. After all, Teach wouldn't just bring back these figures. He has already destroyed many powerful crews just to increase his dominance or to steal a specific devil fruit from the members of that crew, so he would easily attack powerful crews just to steal the shadows of their members. Therefore, we could expect characters like Odin, Kaido, and Big Mom in case they truly lost their lives after falling into lava. Even Ryuma Shimotsuki could be brought back to life to increase the strength of the crew, in addition to characters who could bring emotional shocks to other characters, such as Pedro, Rosinante Corazon, and King Cobra. Thus, it is clear that Marshall D. Teach has an audacious plan to increase his power, and using Gecko Moria's ability to bring legendary figures like Gol D. Roger, Whitebeard, and Ace back to life is a strategic move that would not only enhance his military power, but also deeply affect the emotions of his enemies, especially Luffy. Luffy, who already carries emotional scars from the loss of Ace and the battle at Marineford, would see his hatred and fury reach a new peak when confronting Blackbeard, controlling the bodies of his loved ones and heroes. The inevitable confrontation between Luffy and Teach could come sooner due to the cruel manipulation of the bodies of such important figures, and this promises to be one of the most epic and emotional battles in the history of One Piece. So, guys, what do you think? Will Luffy be able to overcome this terrible ordeal and defeat Blackbeard? Which other legendary characters do you think could be resurrected to fight alongside Teach? Leave your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more theories and analyses of One Piece. Until next time. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.